Good evening, UC Bearcat fans. It's James Ernest and Mark Fightmaster of UC Bearcats on the prowl. Mark, what have those Bearcats been up to?
Well, they're now ranked 24th in the country, which is good. I mean, that's the first time that's happened under Satterfield. So that's obviously a good thing. That stems from a 22-11 win over Central Florida on Saturday. That win moves the Cats to 5-1, 5-1, and puts them one win away from bowl eligibility.
So, some of the things that I think are interesting are the glass half full versus half empty kind of thing. Because on one hand, we should be happy. We're like, heck, this is much better than they've ever done under Satterfield. But on the other hand, if we don't screw up that Nebraska game and move the Nebraska game to Kansas City for
Yeah,
no reason other than money, if we don't
yeah,
do that, where would they be now?
yeah. I mean, they could be 6-0 and
Hmm.
looking pretty, but I mean, on the glass half full side, they're sitting at first place in the Big 12.
Hmm.
You know, granted they've got Texas Tech ahead of them, and
Yeah,
or not ahead of them, but tied up with them. And the problem is they don't play Texas Tech this year. So if they were to kind of do the unthinkable and run the table the rest of the way, and they end up tied with Texas Tech, I guess that puts them in the Big 12 championship game with them.
exactly. Yeah, because I think right now it's them, and then there was another team. I think it was BYU was the other one.
Yeah, yeah. BYU is 3-0. Texas Tech is 3-0. UC's 3-0. Utah's 2-1. The thing is, UC plays both BYU and Utah. So they can beat BYU. They can put some distance between them and Utah. It'd be nice if they played Texas Tech, but just not the year.
Definitely, I know what you mean. But then again, I'm kind of glad they're not going to play him so that they can play him in the championship game.
Yeah, and if I mean, legitimately, they get bowl eligible. Let's say they win out, it's going to be tough, real tough, because I believe, let's see, that Utah game is at Utah. The BYU game is here, so one of the two toughest games they have left is at home. So let's say they do win out, and obviously they're bowl eligible, and they get to the Big 12 championship game. I mean, that's good looks. That could be a big bowl. That could, I mean, hell, they win the Big 12 championship game, and I assume that they're in the playoffs.
Exactly. Yeah, if they do that, they're definitely in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the one little hiccup would prevent them from the playoffs by any
No.
stretch of the means. Yeah, with
No.
how uh, deep the SEC is this year and the Big Ten, they're going to be taking each other out left and right. So yeah, I believe 100% that heck if they win out, they're going to be in the playoffs. Even if they don't win in the bowl game, even if they just win the regular season win out, I would think
Mhm.
there's a good chance because there's what 8 teams now.
Yeah, I believe so. So,
Yeah, because I know they keep saying they're going to do 12 someday, which seems overkill, but whatever.
hey, is what it is. What's interesting, you mentioned the SEC being deep this year and all that, and looking at the rankings, I looked at the rankings today. You've got a team like who was it? Notre Dame, who loses to two ranked teams,
Mhm.
and they're still ranked like 13th, 14th in the country, you know. But then you got a team like Illinois who loses to the number one team
Mhm.
and the number three team, and they drop all the way out.
Which
You know,
makes no sense
it
whatsoever.
makes absolutely zero sense. And it's just interesting how the voters value the SEC, and things. And so it is what it is, can't complain about the voters because we don't have a vote. So
Or another one that's interesting is the 25th team is Nebraska.
yeah.
We're the 24th team.
Yeah. And did you see the tweet about that?
No, I didn't see the tweet.
Okay, so basically, and I'm gonna get the numbers all wrong. Okay,
It's
so
okay.
let's not say my numbers are right, but what happened is UC got more votes in. Okay, so they were in,
Uh-huh.
and Nebraska had more votes out altogether out. So it's like UC, let's say they had let's just say it's 50 votes, which it's not. We know that. But they had like 35 votes
Yeah.
that had them in and 15 that had them out. Whereas Nebraska had like 20 that had them in and 30 that had them out. So that's how it like
Okay. It
came to
just seemed
be.
odd. Yeah, because Nebraska they lost to Michigan, so and
Yeah.
that's not a bad loss.
No, no, not at all. But you're right. It does seem odd, right? Because we beat them or they beat us,
Yeah.
and they're behind us. But and also probably people took into account that it wasn't even a neutral field game. That it
Yeah.
was probably a home game for Nebraska, even though it wasn't supposed to be. So, but the bottom line is, right now, at the beginning of the year, if I had told you that they would be ranked and a win away from bowl eligibility, what would you have said?
Oh, would take it all day long because we were not
Yeah,
expecting that. Yeah, we
yeah.
were very worried and concerned about, will coach have a job at the end of the year? Will he
Hmm.
make it to the end of the year? Things like that.
Yeah,
Will Northwestern State trip us up?
yeah,
Things like that that obviously definitely did not happen.
yeah. So now they're what, an 8 o'clock kickoff on Saturday at
Mhm.
Oklahoma State. Win that game, they're bowl eligible, and Oklahoma State's 1-5 and fired their coach.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say it's an automatic, but it's pretty darn close.
It's pretty darn close. Let's look at what they predict. UC is a 22 and a half point favorite.
Yeah. So you definitely got to like her odds.
91, yeah, 91.4% on the matchup predictor to win on ESPN. I think that's good. I mean, I'm just looking ahead, looking at their quarterback. His name is Zach Flores. He's 77 for 140 for 696 yards, and all it says is three interceptions, which to me screams he doesn't have any touchdowns.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, he doesn't. It's funny. There are two or three other quarterbacks on the team that have touchdown passes. He doesn't have one.
he ain't one of
No, he
them.
ain't one of them. Yeah, because I was looking at the stats earlier, and yeah, you're right. He's got the three picks, and then either he has zero or he had like one touchdown pass, so maybe don't have any. But there were like two other quarterbacks that had ticks in
Wow.
that category. Yeah, which seemed weird that he was still getting the majority or had at some point gotten the majority of the throws.
That's interesting. That is really interesting to hear, but I mean, is what it is. You see, like I said, 22 and a half point favorites on the road. That's massive. If I was a betting man, I would probably take Oklahoma State just because that's a huge number.
I agree with you. Yeah,
Like almost too big, especially considering that, the Central Florida game, it was never really in doubt, but it wasn't their best performance.
they did not play the second half.
Yeah, it
I
was
was
weird.
there. They did not. They ran out of the locker room in the second half, but they really didn't feel like the offense was playing the second half. There was like one good play.
Yeah.
Of course, you know which one I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah. So the
Joe
one
Royer's nice long run.
exactly. Yeah, the
Yeah.
60 something. You had a Royer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, if you take that out of the equation, they didn't do it.
Yeah, yeah, they just that second half wasn't the best. And so hopefully they can
Not the
correct that
best.
issue.
Freaking UCF almost had double the amount of first downs that they had in the
Hmm.
game. I mean, 26 to 14, rushing 16 to 7. Passing was pretty much even 7 and 6, and that kind of thing. But it just, yeah. By the end of the game, I had so much respect for UCF
Hmm.
because they kept going for it. They were not, they weren't giving up. They weren't like, we're out of this. No, it don't matter. It's fourth down. We just went for it on the last fourth down. We're gonna go
Yeah.
for it again, and they just kept doing it. And like the first couple of times, there was, it was like 4th and 1. Okay, I get that. 4th and 5. Okay, a couple times there it was 4th and 12, and they
Yep.
still made it. They
Why
were
not?
fighting. Yeah,
Yeah, at that point there's nothing to lose.
exactly. Yeah, their running back Cam Panzer, he had a
Yeah.
heck of a game. 20 rushes, 118 yards,
Hmm.
5.4 a carry. I mean, that was phenomenal. Our guys, on the other hand, were all under 5 a carry. And
Yeah.
after the big week of Iowa State, I mean, it just kind of felt like a letdown.
Hmm.
mean, don't get me wrong,
Uh,
we still won, so we can't complain.
right. No, I agree. A win's a win. The thing is, you would really like to see them correct the problems
Yeah.
from the second half going this week. The question is, will they? I mean, these are young guys, who sorry, hold on a second. These are young guys who are, they can look ahead.
Mhm.
And so they may not be, really prepared, or not prepared, but taking Oklahoma State as
Focus.
seriously as they could.
Yeah,
Focus is a good word.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so I really like to see them correct the issues that they had in the second half this week. I'd love to see them put up enough points to cover that spread. I don't think it's going to happen.
I agree with
Yeah.
you.
So, we'll see.
They'll win by a touchdown or two, but
Yeah.
22, it just, yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Big
mean,
number on the list.
so of course, I mean, the constant contributors, the line, of course, did
Mhm.
well, didn't give up any sacks. Can't complain there.
Right.
Sure, great job of punting, getting the ball down and
Yep.
within the 20. I mean, 4 times. I mean, he's just doing that consistent.
Hmm.
The defense, I mean, they did well. They held him to a low score, but they were getting pressure on him a lot, but
Yeah.
they didn't get the sack,
Hmm.
or they didn't, I mean, there was a fumble early in the game. It felt like it was either first or second quarter. But other than that, there weren't really a lot of turnovers.
Right. And this is a chance this week. I'm sorry, I'm kind of looking off screen, but I'm looking at the Oklahoma State offensive ranks. Um, this is a good chance for the defense, like you're talking about, to kind of get
Get
good
some
here
stats. Yeah,
and get some of those turnovers and get some of those sacks and everything. It'll be interesting to see their 128th overall in FBS, just the entirety of offense, but their rushing is 103rd and their scoring is 130th. So I think, and their passing is 115th. So I
yeah,
think really good opportunity to get good on defense here. So
exactly. I mean, there were still some standouts, shoot, Trey, the two last names, Gola, Callard.
yeah, have fun pronouncing that one.
Yeah,
I'm not jumping in.
yeah. So he had a great defensive game. He had a breakup. He had 9 tackles total. A couple of the other fellows had a sack or a half sack. The one that really stood out for me is Christian Harrison. He had 3 pass breakups, and it felt
Yeah,
like he was always doing something in the game.
it really did. It felt like he was all over the place, and I think that's good. I mean, uh, that means A, they were probably going at him, and B, it meant he was doing what he needed to do.
I agree.
So yeah, yeah, that's Gola Callard or yeah, that was
Yeah,
our leading tackler.
yeah, and he was very enthusiastic. He was very
Mhm.
emotional in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was doing a great job. He was doing the money
yeah,
gesture at one
yeah,
point. So
yep,
he was fun to watch
yeah. It was
because he was on our team. If we were UCF, we would probably have
we'd be
all
mad.
kinds of bad names for him. But
Yeah,
since he's on the Bearcats, we like that.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, so it was a good game, and let's see if they can get it right in this next game. I think we were talking. I think like a 35-20 win or something in that
Mhm.
range, 35-18.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think we can. They may not cover, but they're going to win.
I agree. So yeah, got that game, and then
Hmm.
shoot, don't want to look too far ahead, but then back home with Baylor. I'm
Yeah,
excited. It's a 4 o'clock time slot. That's why I want to bring it up because with it being 4 o'clock, that makes it great because I'm tired of these freaking noon games.
yeah,
The fans really don't have a chance to get to
right,
celebrate before the game.
right. And it's funny. Last year, Ohio State played like every home game was a big noon game on Fox, and they hated it because they couldn't do, the people didn't have a chance to tailgate.
Yeah.
everything was over. They didn't have a chance to do some of the cool things they do at night. And UC's kind of been in that same boat this year. The home games it's been um, noon games, and the student section it hasn't had a chance. So
Yeah.
it'll be
That
fun.
was one of the things. There was a little light this week. Was the student section? There wasn't. It felt like, and I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention to it during the game. It was maybe before the game, but it felt like they were a little light in there.
Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to watch it because it was on Fox Sports One or whatever,
Yeah.
and so I know I don't have that channel, so I didn't get to watch it. But I know that they sounded good on radio.
Mhm.
I was listening to the game on the radio, so just get the crowd into it. 4 o'clock game, 4 o'clock start will be a good thing on the next home game.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm optimistic about the other two because with Arizona being a West Coast team, I'm hoping they'll factor that in for the start time and do a later game or a night game. So that way the
Yeah.
fans out in Arizona don't have to wake up at 9, 10 in the morning, 7 in the morning, whatever time in the morning to,
Mhm.
to watch the game. Same with BYU's, a
Yep.
couple hours difference from us. So
Yep.
yeah, because I'm sure when we go to TCU, they're not going to have us playing the crack of dawn, and even then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I mean, looking at those games, James. I mean, that Baylor game could be. I mean, if Baylor's 5-2 coming into that game and the Cats are 6-1, that could be like one of
The game of the week, yeah,
the primetime game,
yeah,
or either the big noon game or their primetime game, whichever one they
exactly.
do. And then actually, probably the same for BYU. If they both keep winning. So I don't know. They got a chance to play some very meaningful games down the stretch, which last year, remember how we were just like, God, they just
Oh
need
my
one win
gosh,
and they
yeah,
couldn't get it. And so I don't know. This is good. It's good.
exactly. It's just nice to see things are working out better for the team, working out better for Satterfield, and yeah, it's we're just really happy for him.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. It's good stuff.
So, any final thoughts?
Just two quick things. The UC community lost Jim Kelly overnight last night. 35 years as the color analyst on the
Mhm.
radio games. And I know you and I have talked in the past. I don't know if it ever made it on screen, but I'm not a big fan of the Homer color analyst guys like Dave Lapham. And I said Jim Kelly as one of them, but he still did a great job. So he passed away last night. Big loss for the UC community. So our thoughts are with their family. And then Sunday is the lacrosse version of the Crosstown Shootout.
Oh,
And
that'll be nice.
yeah, it's at Xavier. It's their lacrosse field is down on Victory Parkway, down on the other side of campus, down on the back side of campus. So by their baseball fields.
So,
So
good news. You don't have to worry about the Bengals game or anything like that.
exactly.
So, yeah, might as well go check out some lacrosse.
Yeah, according to my son, he has been told that and this is a new term for me, James, so I'm going to try and use it correctly.
Okay.
It's some of that hip college kid lingo.
Yes. Let's hear it.
They are supposed to touch Xavier, which I said, what does touch mean? And he said, think bad touch. I'm like, oh, okay, I got you.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, that's kind of how it sounded too. And I'm like,
yeah,
I hope you aren't touching
yeah.
the other team.
So
Or
I I guess that they should win and they should
yeah.
win big. You see.
Okay, that okay. Now I get it. Okay,
Yeah. And
okay.
they also play, I believe Akron is going to be there as well. So it'll be interesting to see. So
Oh, that'll be fun.
yeah, I'll give you an update on Monday next week.
I appreciate that. So yeah, shoot, we are excited about the Bearcats, how well they're doing.
Yep.
It's been phenomenal, like you
Yep.
said in the past, to enjoy it because you can't guarantee it. There's never,
Exactly.
yeah, you never know what could happen. They could go undefeated the rest of the year, or they could do what they did last year.
Yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen, man.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
know.
want that. No,
I don't know if my sanity could take that.
yeah, that would be a little rough. But
Ugh.
yeah, for James Ernest and Mark Fightmaster, this is UC Bearcats on the prowl.